Howdy my friends, Dr. Groovy Scott Grove from GroovyMusicLessons.com. This is one of those ideas I had. I've had this idea for 30-40 years in different ways. And I've always used this idea in one form or another to help me repair guitars. This has been in another video, but it led to something fun. Okay, so plain and simple, whenever I do a fixer-upper on a guitar and I'm putting new pickups in or just rewiring something, especially if it has like a Strat where it would have pickups flopping all over the place, or a pick guard down there that's going to come undone if I let it move around too much, and I'm just working on the electronics in the back, and I want to make sure that the new pickups are working correctly, or at least wired correctly, before I solder everything together and put it simply back together without trying it. I use little amps like this Dan Electro Honeytone. Every body that works on guitars has a little amp, and they check everything before they solder, before they put it back together and go try it. Leaves all the other stuff with no guesswork. Again, I have showed you guys that things with magnets in them or speakers always can come through your pickups. It's just disrupting the magnetic field, where people will use drills on the front of their guitars near the pickups to create that Van Halen thing. Come on, baby, finish what you started. It was in there. It was in one of them with the Diamond Dave. Did it? Some cool. You've heard it all. Anyway, so I've currently got this PRS 305 American guitar on the 2 positions. So you got the middle pickup and the bridge. So say I'm wanting to test those 2 guitars. I take my Groovy button. Okay, so it's from The Evil Dead. Okay, hard to find, but I place it on the back of the guitar while it's down like this, so I will not mess it up. Put it over the pickup. If I turn the volume up, it'll make a different thing. And I know that pickup works. That's the bridge. I move it along to the middle pickup. That works. How about the neck? No. Why? Because it's not turned on. So I'll put it in the 4 position. So it's the middle and the neck. Why not just go to the neck? Because that could be different things. So you want to put it in conjunction with another pickup, and it takes a lot of guesswork out. So bridge, nothing, which is a good sign. Move it up. There's that middle pickup working. Now we're going to move towards the other one. Neck pickup works. So anything like this, or your musical Christmas cards or whatever, but it's nicer to have like a little toy that has a magnet in it, and it comes right through there, lets you know everything's working. Okay? So that is one way to just check your stuff. Okay? Now, after that beautiful thing, I will hang this back up and show you something with that little Honeytone amp. That is another beautiful thing. I will grab my ugliest strap off here, which is a Fender greenish looking suede thing. It's got holes in it about the size, if you can imagine, before she died, Anna Nicole Smith, or maybe Courtney Love. Yeah, it's got these huge holes in it. Okay, I'm going to grab the PV Predator that people got so mad at that I just took some tuners off of when I bought it for 99 bucks. And then I called it, I'm just going to use it as a beater guitar. They're like, Scott, I thought you said these PV guitars are awesome. Now you're calling it a beater. Why are you contradicting yourself? No, it's you who just don't understand English. Okay, so here's the beater guitar in question. Yeah, I got my little Abbey Road decal on there. Thousands of decals laying around here for such things. Looks pretty cool on there. And there you go. It's just the guitar. But what has been done to this? Okay, I will show you in a moment. But look at this little mini switch and a bright light. So something has been done. Okay, I will show you because I took the screws off back this time when recording it, and I'll show you exactly what I did. I'm simply disrupting the field again. A lot of people back when in the 20s and all the way through till now. I saw Bono doing one recently, just using a megaphone. Okay, that's all this is about. I took the guts out of one of these honeytone Dan electro amps, the speakers, the entire innards, and I put them in the back of that guitar, which required routing the a lot of the back of the guitar out all the way to within a paper thin piece of wood in the back so everything would fit. This speaker out of the amp did not fit because it was too deep this way. You could not put the trim cover back on, so I went to Wally World, Walmart, bought a set of speakers there, little bitty ones that were powered, but I just took the speakers out and they were small and still had a hefty magnet on it for that size, but two of them, which made me think it'd be nice to have one for my purposes behind, inside the guitar, behind the middle pickup and behind the bridge pickup, because I use those in conjunction all the time. I never use distortion when I'm on the bridge pickup. I use it when it's a bridge and the middle. It's just fuller, kind of, it's what I like, okay? Easy enough. I didn't stick it on the neck because I had to put these electronics in the entire circuit board in there. Had to take off the knobs, but the input jack here had to go there too. Cut off just a little 1/4 inch cord that had an angle on it. Went this way and I wired it right up to the jack where you could plug in a SM like 80 wired microphone that a lot of drummers use. Okay, one of these things sits on your head and then the microphone can swing around to your mouth or go up out of your way, whatever. But in the back I was going to use a Strat thing, cup, boat, as they call it, but it just wouldn't fit in there with all these electronics and speakers in there. So that's the angle I went for, because it just needed to be there, because I just needed to do a straight jack on the back and then just kind of do this. So what is the purpose? And I had to yank all these knobs off. Yeah, yanking my knob. And on the back of the pots I wrote a V and a G and what else was it? T for volume, gain, and tone, so I would know what they are. I preset them, stuck them in there, and just left it set because that was the best sound there was. I try to make this sound like a megaphone. Yes, there are the TC helicons down here that different people use. Ed Sheeran and so forth. They're really touchy when it comes to putting them back in the monitors and so forth. As far as feedback, this is a little touchy too. But with this whole invention of sticking that back there, not an invention, it's just very clear in your head that these magnets are going to work. Your guitar signal is not affected at all. If it's clean, it will still be clean out of your amp. And miking your amp, which you should always do, your amp is not there to cover the audience. That's why you put a microphone on it. That's what a sound system's for. You don't turn up your amp loud enough for the crowd to hear it. Always a bad idea. So that's what I did. I got a really nice megaphone sound, so you could sing into that little mic and play your guitar and have two distinct sounds. These are not connected together in any way at all. The microphone into this amp is one circuit. It does not plug into the guitar circuit at all. Okay, all it does is interfere with the magnets in a way that it does like the Groovy thing. But if you're playing guitar and the pickups sound clean and you put the Groovy thing on there, your guitar will still sound clean, but that Groovy thing will still sound distorted like it does because it's a toy, as are these. But with two speakers I have the spread. Okay, so if I take the guitar, which I most definitely will right now, and take the backs off, which I just used tape so I didn't have to pull all of these screws out, because I knew somebody would want to see the inside. There's your jack, input jack, to put your microphone into. Okay, in the back of there, let me see which one screw I left in. Yeah, there's the two speakers, one just simply above each pickup, and the speakers are facing towards, the speaker cones are facing towards the backs of the pickups. It just sounded best that way. Okay, and this is just simply ran into the input jack of the amplifier, the entire amplifier being held in right now by tape so you can see it, otherwise it's not held in by anything. There's the battery, so you could just simply pull out the preamp, and it's got all the knobs here so you could change them, but since it makes for a easy thing, you just set it, leave it, why get in there and change it, but it's still easy enough. Okay, so the cord plugs into the input here and you're good to go, and that's it. Change your battery whenever the little LED that I showed you at the beginning runs out, which is like never. I mean, whenever I put the original batteries in these things, they stay, and then they stay, and then they stay. Okay, so what we're going to do is take the guitar, plug it in, let you hear the natural sound of this beautiful thing. Still got the same everything in it, and then I would just simply kick in the extra amplifier. Bang. Okay, you can hear the hiss a little bit. Okay, and it will just do its own thing. You could put effects and stuff there, but it's just coming through your amplifier and will be mic'd from your amplifier just for that megaphone sound, so you don't have to be on stage going, ah man, holding it toward a microphone and getting more feedback that way. And again, you can add effects right on the fly and not hope your sound man catches it, you know, because you got a hold of it. And again, it's whatever you put on your guitar is what you'll get, but don't forget your guitar will be clean sounding unless you put it on a distortion patch. Distortion patches will slightly affect the amount of feedback possible for your microphone to reproduce. So, just as you would think. So, here we go. I'm just going to get my Anna Nicole Smith strap. Plug it like she likes to be plugged. That just means I'm hooking my strap up. My strap on. I've got a cable on the ground here from South Creek Audio. When you're making your purchases, these are like 10 bucks for 20 feet, or your mic cables or patch cables, whatever you want. Again, say my name, Dr. Groovy or Scott Grove, type it in, you get a nice discount on cables that I use on every single thing. Sound systems, my racks, my stuff here, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I have my amp set on, just the thing I always have it set on, just plain old clean stuff. Okay, so, and it's just in my Johnson Millennium stack. So I've got 2 412 cabinets behind you and more speakers over there from the Johnson. So no blue lights. I'm using the 2 and 4 pickups. Perfect, like these guitars do. Again, beater guitar means you can go beat on it at the clubs because it's beat up. Not because it's a crap guitar. I've told you all these times they're great, and if you're making that statement into something else, that's your problem, not mine. So get your head out of your ass. Okay, so there you go, guitar through an amplifier. Going to take this here big old microphone, cram it on my head so you can see it. A lot of drummers use these. Garth Brooks. Put it in front of your mouth or push it out of the way. Okay, take this, plug it in I know, again, everything's not screwed in, just so you can see the inside. Plug it in. It's not using any batteries until you turn it on. Okay, you'll be able to hear this. Check 2, 2, 2, 2. You're hearing that more because I have it all opened up. Okay, so it's just going to be like that, and it will amplify that even though your guitar is clean. I will shut this back off. Okay. Now again, my guitar is normal, even with that plugged in. Okay, so if I was to add delay on the guitar and stuff, it would add delay onto the microphone as well, because the magnets are interfering with the magnetic field, and therefore it would add the same effect onto here, because now it's just simply magnets against magnets, but still two totally separate circuits, but now they are kind of not interfering with each other, they are working with each other. So here's your plain, I'll turn it on, I'll play a chord and talk through my microphone, and it'll sound like what it's supposed to. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Check, testing 1 2. Hey, pretty cool, huh? And there you go. If I was to add delay on there. How can you eat your pea if you haven't got any pudding? Okay, so you could do your Tom Waits. I don't remember the name of the song. It's kind of like Stormy Monday. I can't remember what it is. Some kind of Jesus song. Yeah, they call it Stormy Monday, but Tuesday is just as bad. Yeah, Wednesday's even worse. But Thursday's also bad. So you get the idea. Hey, 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 check 1 2. And again, you could do it through that other processing stuff, but it does have some drawbacks. This is kind of fun. You can run out front and you're further away from the speakers. You can have a lot better thing than what's going on. I'm just showing you through this prototype thing that I dreamt up in my sleep that it could be groovy. Add effects again. 2 1 check. Yeah, put it on the guitar. Okay, 2 check. Add chorus and delay. Check 2. There you go. 2 2 1 2. Check 1 2 check. All right, there we go. Hey, very cool. So you can just go up on your volume pedal or your volume knob and then shut it back off and not even play guitar, and use it as a megaphone thing if you're a lead singer, whatever, and you play a little bit of guitar. Hey, check 1 2, check 2. Hey, there it is. Hey! It's cool. I mean, there it is, and you got your cool light on there. Whoa! Okay, and let me go to some goofy ass sound. Some distortion. Hey, check 1 2, check check. Check 1 2 1 2, and a check 1 2. And again, just a cheap ass amplifier that's built into here. Again, from the Dan Electro, that gives it that sound. And if we put some, that's delay. Oh, we can do delay too. What do we got here? A flanger. Oh, you must have been around. That Texas about that shotgun. You know, you just, hey, what's gonna happen? I didn't get that there as easy talk thing going. Just all kinds of crap. I'm just in here, but 2 feet away from the amplifier, so you're going to get what you're hearing. Hey, check 2. Okay, whatever you stick in it. Okay. two, check two, check two. Okay, so it's distorted, so you get what you get. I'm going to go to a blues tone, a little less distortion. And check two, check, check. Check two, 1, 2. Again, I'm very close to the amp. Two, check two. And it's very, extremely megaphony. So there you get it right away. Okay? So that's all I'm going to get in here. Anything else hooked up to that particular patch? You got tremolo. Hey, crimson clover, there you go, you have that sound. I mean, anything you can think of, you know, again, crimson and clover, whatever you want to use a megaphone for, it will be mic'd up, and it will come out your guitar amp, and I'm genius, right? No, I just know that things interact with, you know, magnetic fields, magnets against magnets. So that's it. And then any sound you want on it, if you're not playing guitar, or if you are, again, you turn this off and away it goes. And if you want a pretty sound, you're just back to your regular guitar. It makes no flipping difference. If I want to put this back on, I'll turn it back on. And hey, check 1, 2. And put this back down here. And check 1, 2. I sound like a megaphone on a pretty guitar sound. Okay, so there you go. Get my damn microphone down here where it belongs. And there you go. Shut it back off. You're back to normal guitar like you were, but just no vocal thing. Again, not because, again, it's something, you should not build it just because you can. But I wanted to. So there you go. Dr. Groovy making whatever, his little shit, being a psycho doctor. It's what I do. Okay, so I'm going to put my screws back in, hang it up, and do what I do. It's fun. It's always fun. If you dig it, hey, cool. If not, blow me. You guys take care, man. Hope you enjoyed the madness.